The biting wind of a Chicago winter clawed at my threadbare coat, but it was the icy knot in my stomach that truly kept me from feeling warm. My name's Alex, and for the past 5 years this city had been my battleground. I'd arrived with a head full of dreams and a backpack full of hope, ready to conquer the world of architectural design. Instead, I was conquered by late nights, cheap coffee, and the constant hum of my landlord's eviction threats. My phone buzzed. It was a text from my sister, Sarah. "Mom's worse. Doctor says it's critical. You need to come home, Alex, please." My heart plummeted faster than the stock market on a bad day. Home, a small town nestled in the Appalachian foothills, a place I'd sworn I'd only return to victorious. Now defeat tasted bitter in my mouth. I had less than $50 to my name. A plane ticket was a laughable fantasy. A bus ticket, maybe. I hunched deeper into my coat, watching the endless stream of yellow cabs rush by, each one a tiny symbol of the life I hadn't managed to grasp. My gaze snagged on a shimmering flyer taped to a lamppost. Local Talent Showcase. First prize $5,000. The words practically glowed under the flickering street lamp. $5,000. Enough for a plane ticket and then some. Enough to help Mom. My talent wasn't singing or playing an instrument. It was storytelling. Not the kind with words, but with a pencil and paper. I drew. Not just houses and buildings anymore, but intricate, fantastical worlds born from the deepest corners of my imagination. It was my escape, my therapy, and until now, my most guarded secret. The showcase was in 2 days. The theme, a glimpse of tomorrow. Panic and a sliver of desperate hope wrestled inside me. Could I do it? Could I create something spectacular enough to win? In just 48 hours, while my world was collapsing, I walked, or rather drifted, back to my tiny, cramped apartment. The building groaned with every gust of wind, a symphony of urban decay. Inside my apartment was a mess of crumpled blueprints, instant noodle cups, and in one corner, a stack of neglected sketchbooks. I pulled out the newest one, its pages filled with half-finished dreams. I stared at the blank page, my mind a swirling vortex of anxiety and love for my mum. That love, fierce and unwavering, was the spark. I started drawing. I didn't plan, didn't outline. I just let my hand move, guided by an instinct I hadn't realized I possessed. Hours blurred into a single intense stream. The city outside faded away. My eviction notice, the cold, the hunger, all of it evaporated. There was only the paper, the pencil, and the vision taking shape under my fingertips. I drew a city, but not like Chicago. This was a city that breathed, a place where nature and technology intertwined seamlessly. Buildings grew like colossal trees, their branches supporting sky-high platforms. Rivers flowed through the air, carried by shimmering currents of light. People moved freely, their faces alight with a peaceful, knowing joy. It was a utopia, a whisper of what humanity could achieve if it truly embraced harmony. As the sun began to peek through my grime-streaked window, casting long shadows across my drawing, I finally lifted my head. My neck ached, my eyes burned, but a strange sense of exhilaration coursed through me. It wasn't perfect, but it was real. It was me. I called Sarah. "I'm coming home," I said, my voice hoarse. I need to do something first." I didn't tell her about the showcase. I couldn't risk disappointing her or myself if I failed. The next day was a blur of frantic preparation. I managed to scrounge up some money for a proper frame and transport for my large drawing. The showcase was being held in an old refurbished theater downtown. The air inside was thick with anticipation, a mix of nervous energy and creative fervor. Artists of all kinds milled about, their creations ranging from abstract sculptures to performance art. My heart hammered against my ribs as I found my designated spot. My drawing, Elysian Echoes, stood tall, unassuming amidst the vibrant chaos. I felt a surge of doubt. Would anyone understand it? Would it stand out? People started to arrive. The judging panel, a group of stern-faced art critics and gallery owners, moved slowly through the exhibits. My palms were sweating. I tried to look casual, but my gaze kept darting back to them, hoping for a flicker of interest as they approached my piece. One of the judges, a woman with sharp, intelligent eyes and a no-nonsense bob, paused in front of Elysian Echoes. She leaned in, then stepped back, her brow furrowed in thought. Another judge joined her, then another. They started murmuring, pointing at details in my drawing. My breath hitched. Was this good or bad? An hour later, the theatre buzzed with excitement. The host, a flamboyant man in a sequined jacket, strode onto the stage. "Ladies and gentlemen," he boomed, "the moment you've all been waiting for." My heart was a hummingbird trapped in a cage. He announced the third-place winner, then the second. Each time a pang of disappointment, quickly followed by a rush of relief, washed over me. I hadn't won, but at least the agonizing wait was almost over. "And now," the host declared, his voice rising to a crescendo, "for our grand prize winner, the artist who truly captured a glimpse of tomorrow with unparalleled vision and profound beauty, creating a piece that speaks to the very soul of hope and human potential. Alex Thorne for Elysian Echoes." The world tilted. "My name," he said, "my name." A roar of applause erupted. I stumbled forward, a dazed smile plastered on my face, making my way to the stage. The lights were blinding. I could hear whispers of "Who is he?" and "Look at that piece." The judge with the sharp eyes, the one who had paused at my drawing, handed me an oversized check. $5,000. It felt unreal, like a prop from a movie, but the weight of it, the reality of the numbers, grounded me. "Alex," she said, her voice surprisingly gentle, "your work, it's more than just art. It's a statement. It's a dream we all need to believe in." I thanked them, my voice thick with emotion. I looked out at the faces in the crowd, some curious, some admiring. For the first time in a long time, I felt seen, truly seen. The next morning, with a crisp new $5,000 check in my pocket and a smaller but equally important bus ticket to my hometown, I called Sarah again. "I'm on my way," I told her, a genuine smile in my voice. "And don't worry about anything, I've got it covered." The bus ride was long, but it didn't feel endless like previous journeys. The snow-covered fields blurred past, replaced by the familiar rolling hills of home. I thought about Mom, about her soft voice, her unwavering belief in me, even when I didn't believe in myself. I knew the $5,000 wouldn't fix everything, but it was a start. It was hope. It was a tangible piece of tomorrow, a glimpse of the future I had drawn into existence. And it was my last ticket home, not just to a place, but to myself. I hope this story captures your audience's attention and is a valuable resource for your English learners. Let me know what you think.